Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys, and we bullshit, well, about nothing, usually. I am the Reverend.
And Graymouse won.
Our usual suspects, our other partners in crime, have things happening IRL, as they say in this new millennial speak. All right. But what we're going to do is that we're still going to go ahead and give you at least a little bit of information and try our damnedest to entertain you, even though I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to fail. But bear with us. All right. This particular topic, or this particular video, is going to be about the topic that a lot of people are excited about: Nintendo and the Nintendo Switch. The third is less than 2 weeks away. It's not this Friday, but the Friday following is going to be March 3rd. That's going to launch the Nintendo Switch, and also The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, to pretty much the general populace and everybody else who lines up to go to retail. That is, if you aren't certain people on YouTube and on Reddit who happen to get a hold of one that, well, kind of tumbled off the truck. Okay. What happened earlier last week is that there was a Redditor who was goes by the name of, I believe, hiphoptherobot. And he went ahead and he took pictures, did an unboxing video, put it up and everything else. This was all the way back on, believe, let's see here, basically a full 2 weeks out from it. He did this on the 16th, I believe. Went ahead, took pictures of the system, did a video of it, showed everybody what the eShop looks like, what the UI for the console looks like, and everything else. And according to him, he went ahead and stated that, hey, look, I went ahead, I ordered this unit up from an online retailer. It shipped early. I got it here. I was so excited. I just wanted to go ahead and share my joy and unbox it in front of the world. Okay? Which, you know what? Especially considering the things, what happened with the PS4 Slim and also the PS4 Pro, how those fell off the truck in like the United Arab Emirates and everything else. And people were going ahead and doing unboxing videos, pictures and reviews for those, like almost a full month before it even hit the store shelves. This sort of thing nowadays isn't all that unusual to see. Especially with the internet, and anybody with a phone could just sit there and say, hey, look what I got. Let me go ahead and forward this to you. Either they're going to tweet it out or they're going to go live on Facebook. And that got a lot of people really interested. They were like, wow, this is really, really cool. Well, it turns out that that particular user, hiphoptherobot, they found out that Nintendo themselves actually started contacting Reddit and also the other channels that this guy had talked to and said, hey, look, you know what? We, in their statement, they said, earlier this week, individuals claimed to prematurely purchase a small number of Nintendo Switch systems from an unspecified retailer. Nintendo has determined these units were stolen in an isolated incident by employees of a U.S. distributor, with one system being illegally resold. The individuals involved have been identified, terminated from their place of employment, and are under investigation by local law enforcement authorities on criminal charges. Yeah. And as it turns out, the Nintendo unit that hiphoptherobot had, he had to go ahead and send it back to Nintendo, and he had to return it to them, which was pretty funny because initially at first he was like, yay, this is really, really cool. I just want to share my joy to everybody. And then if you follow the drama on Reddit and everything else, he was like, but I have all this shit coming up. Something about I got to make house payments and, I haven't got paid. And it turned into a sob story. And he was saying about how he was probably going to have to part out with it since he doesn't have anything to do with it for the next 2 weeks, which, as suspect as the story sounded at first, with Nintendo coming out and actually revealing that, yeah, there was an incident for where a lot of these units actually fell off the truck and the people involved were arrested and everything. This is an interesting little situation. I have some very obvious thoughts, but before I go ahead and I monopolize our time here anymore, Graymouse, what do you think about it, man? I know you have thoughts.
Oh my God, man. I mean, stupid. And, you know, one thing that also is that I saw the video because I was like, whoa, unboxing. You know, I mean, everybody's seen it pretty much. And there was another person there. There was two people there during that unboxing. I mean, yeah, you did see the interface, but, you know, at the beginning, he's like, yeah, the what is it? The retailer gave it to me, shipped it too early or something like that. And, you know, and then him saying that, oh, boo-hoo me, that doesn't work. You should have thought of that before you did not have to put it on YouTube. You did not have to be number one, first thing to unbox. You didn't have to have that. I mean, you know, in all honesty, you know, if the guy would have waited, you know,
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks, it would be highly unlikely that he would have ever got caught. But now he lost his job.
No, actually, the guy who bought it from the dudes who sold it, I think he's fine with his job, but he had to actually go ahead and return the unit back to Nintendo. He is out of whatever money he spent to go ahead and buy it from whoever stole it from the distribution center.
Oh, okay. I thought he was actually involved in the quote unquote falling off the truck bit.
Yeah, no, he just happened to be the guy there when, you know, Shady rolled up to him, and said, hey dog, I got me a Switch. You want to go ahead and buy it? Yeah, he just happened to be the guy who was dumb enough to go ahead and bite on that. You know,
that's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, but looking at the video, it does give a lot of insight on what Nintendo hasn't told us yet. You know, I mean, the interface, how the eShop's going to kind of work. You know, but I mean, when he was sitting there showing us that he was updating the system, I was like, why are you trying to connect to their network? They're going to know that there's not supposed to be any switches on their network yet, but here you are connecting. It said connecting to net. I was like, no, yeah, he's just being stupid, and he got caught.
Yeah, this one is one of those things where it's a lot of people go out of their way, and I don't know whether or not he's an active YouTuber or anything like that, but he wanted to go ahead and share something out. He wanted to be first on something really, really, you know, in all honesty, pretty trivial. All right, in real world standards, and he wanted to show the world, hey, look at me, I got this. Look at me, but he didn't have any games. He didn't have anything. When the truth of the matter is that he could have sat tight for 2.5 weeks, and it could have been his. Now, not that I'm condoning going out of your way and buying anything that's stolen, but it's just one of those things where it's kind of like the folks who went ahead and pirated what was it, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Yep. The guys who got their 3DSs banned off their 3DS systems banned from Nintendo altogether.
Yep.
It was like, dude, you couldn't have waited 2 days? Really? It was just really, really silly. I mean, it's it just goes to show kids, look, if somebody goes ahead and they've got something that hasn't hit the market yet, the only way that they have it and they're willing to offer it up to you, most likely for less money than what you would buy it at retail, it's probably fucking stolen. All right? I mean, there's only one time I've ever received something from a complete stranger where they didn't ask me for money or anything like that. And no, my purity is still intact. But the thing with that, though, is that it was just something that was really odd and random and everything else. But the guy never asked for anything. He was just like, here, you could have this, kid. And then he went on his way, you know. But if somebody's just going out of their way and they say, hey, I got this and you want it and you're not going to find it in stores yet, yeah, it's probably stolen, you know. Was there anything else we have to say about that one, Graymouse? Or
yeah, just real quick, you can't always trust a psst, hey, come here. that should kind of hint that something is up, although that wasn't the case here. But I mean,
you mean I can't expect free candy from the guy in the white panel van with no windows or doors or anything like that?
You can if you want, but you have repercussions. That's what it goes. I mean, it's really crazy that somebody would even try this. And just like you said earlier, Reverend, it was like, look at me. I'm the world's first. I got the first unboxing. And so he was wanting attention, but he got more attention than what he bargained for, is pretty much what it amounts to. And I'm really surprised that, in all honesty, that I kind of think that he could have kind of knew that it was stolen. So I'm kind of curious on how the law is going to work on his part. I mean, he could be probably, I'm just saying.
Potentially he could be in trouble too, but considering that the story continues on that he was requested by Nintendo to go ahead and return the unit to them, I think they're willing to go ahead and just leave it at that. And just go after the people that went ahead and actually did the pilfering. Here's the thing, folks. All right, there was a story that we did a while back, or at least a discussion that we had a while back. I remember Graymouse and I were sitting there talking about this probably a few weeks ago. Why Nintendo doesn't make a lot of units of things, okay? Or why they don't ship shit out and just build, millions of units in excess to ship out everywhere, okay? The reason why they do that is that these particular instances, guess what? When it comes to those particular instances with Nintendo systems, it doesn't happen as much, anywhere near as much as it does with the Sony system or Microsoft system, okay? And the reason why they were able to figure it out and go ahead and pinpoint it down to 5 specific people in one specific area, all right, in one specific location, it's because they know exactly where everything is at, and they have the numbers to go ahead and manage that. Now, does that matter to you that much as a consumer who wants to go ahead and get stuff? Probably not, but there is a reason why they go ahead and they keep their production really, really tight and very, very scheduled. It's not because they want to go ahead and drive up artificially demand. Guess what? A lot of that stuff handles itself, especially when it comes to new systems and with rabid gamers and all that. But this is one of the things that they're able to go out of their way and pinpoint. Did we hear anybody at all finding out whether or not the guys who went ahead and got a hold of the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro early, if they were caught or anything like that? No, they know where it happened, but nobody heard anything else about it.